So, how many books have you read in your entire life? Let's be honest, most of us have read hundreds or maybe even thousands of books. Yet how many of those books have truly changed our lives? How many books do we actually remember? What did we learn from them? A shocking truth is that most people read books but forget them within days. But what if you could remember everything you read and actually use it in your life? Today, we'll uncover the science of effective reading and memory, backed by psychology, facts, and proven techniques. You may have heard that reading is fundamental, but did you know that there's a right way and a wrong way to read? Did you know that the average person spends over 30 hours per year reading but forgets 80% of what they've learned? It's not because your memory is bad, but because you haven't mastered the art of reading and remembering. Here are 6 steps to make sure you never forget another book again. Number 1. The forgetting curve. German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve. He found that if we don't review our new information soon enough, we might forget up to 70% of it within 24 hours. Within a week, this jumps to 90%. And within a year, we're down to less than 10% if we don't review it. Simply reading once isn't enough. We must review and repeat for lasting impact. This means setting reminders to revisit what you've read shortly after you finish the book. We'll discuss the perfect time frame later, so stay tuned. Now, are you an active reader or a passive one? In fact, researchers peg this at just 10%. They're passively consuming words on a page instead of really engaging. You want to become an active reader, and here's how. Number 2. Active reading beats passive reading. According to research, most readers just passively consume the words on a page. Just highlighting passages and underlining keywords does help, but it's still passive. Now, if you take notes, ask questions, draw connections, or talk out loud about what you're learning, you engage more deeply and retain far more information. In fact, some studies say you can increase your retention by 50% or more by actively interacting with the material rather than just passively reading. Think of it this way. Would you rather sit in class just listening to your teacher lecture, or would you rather participate in discussions, ask questions, and work through problems? Exactly, it's the same concept. By being an active participant in your learning, you'll absorb the material much better. Now, some of you may think, great, I can just reread the same chapter a few times until I feel like I'm absorbing it. Well, not so fast. There's a better way. Number 3. The Feynman technique. The late Richard Feynman was a brilliant scientist who won a Nobel Prize for his work in quantum electrodynamics. He was also a gifted teacher. One day, a student asked him how he could understand complex topics like quantum mechanics. Feynman replied, "If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough." Feynman's advice applies to all learning, including reading. Here's how to apply the Feynman technique. When you read a book, try to teach the material to someone else. You can teach someone else in person, record a video, or write it down as if you're writing a summary for a younger sibling. In fact, summarizing information in your own words is linked to deeper processing and improved memory. Plus, as you write, you'll find that you start using simpler language, which is a sign that you've truly mastered the concept. So next time you sit down to read a book, break out your notebook and teach the world what you've learned. Next, we need to talk about the 20-20-20 rule, which ties in perfectly with the Feynman technique and the forgetting curve. Number 4. The 20-20-20 rule. The 20-20-20 rule is a powerful study strategy that can help you remember everything you read. It's based on the idea of spaced repetition, which has been scientifically proven to boost long-term memory. Here's how it works. You commit to just 20 minutes of reading each day. After finishing a chapter or section, spend 20 words summarizing the key points. Then review these notes after 20 hours. Now, why 20 minutes? Because it's a manageable chunk of time that fits into most people's daily schedules without feeling overwhelming. Why 20 words? Because forcing yourself to summarize complex ideas into just 20 words challenges you to distill the essence of what you've learned. It helps you identify the most important concepts and discard unnecessary details. Why 20 hours? Because it aligns perfectly with the forgetting curve. It gives you enough time to remember the material before you start forgetting it. The 20-20-20 rule is like a turbocharged version of active reading. It combines the power of space, repetition, and active recall to help you absorb information quickly and efficiently. Try it out for yourself and see the difference it makes. Let's dive into 2 more fascinating methods that will turbocharge your reading and memory. Number 5. Visualization and mind maps. Researchers peg this at 60,000 times faster than text. Our brains process images much faster than words. Simply incorporating more visuals into your reading can drastically improve your information retention. But how do we do that? Well, first try to visualize the concepts as you read. For example, when you read about gravity, picture an apple falling from a tree. Or when you read about photosynthesis, imagine a plant soaking up sunlight. Second, create mind maps or visual diagrams of the main points. You can link ideas together with colors, shapes, and images. In fact, famous thinkers like Leonardo da Vinci always drew sketches alongside his notes. Visuals make abstract concepts concrete and memorable. Now, the final step to make sure you remember every book you read is to teach to learn. Number 6. Teach to learn. Teaching is one of the most effective ways to consolidate and memorize information. In fact, research shows that teaching improves knowledge retention by up to 90%. When you teach someone else a concept, you force yourself to organize your thoughts and articulate your understanding. You can share what you read with a friend, a video, or even a journal entry. But the real magic happens in your brain. By sharing your knowledge, you reinforce the neural connections related to that information, making it more likely that you'll remember it in the future. And here's a bonus. Teaching others is incredibly rewarding. Seeing the aha moment on someone else's face when you help them grasp a difficult concept is extremely satisfying. It motivates you to continue learning and sharing your passion with the world. So the next time you finish a great book, don't keep it to yourself. Teach what you've learned and watch your memory of the material improve dramatically. So there you have it. By following these 6 steps, you'll be able to read a book and remember everything you learn. But let's face it, we all lead busy lives, and sometimes fitting in 20 minutes of reading can be a challenge. We get it. That's why we've created a solution for you. So if you liked this video, please leave a comment below. Do you prefer reading physical books or ebooks? And if you liked this video, please hit the like button, because that tells us that you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.